Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ramiz Khan. I'm from KFM 94.5. This evening, I'm hosting a incredible chat or webinar with Faisal Jacobs, the chairperson of Lace Up for Change, Kashifa Anthony from Ommiedraai. She is the head coach of Ommiedraai, and also Lynette Muthere from CHOC Childhood Cancer Foundation. She is the regional manager for the Western Cape. I'm just going to wait for a few more people to join us. I'm going to just wait for Faisal to indicate to me that we got some more people joining, and then we can go ahead. The reason for our chat this evening is basically about Ommiedraai's race that's coming up. I am a runner as well. I started running in at the 2nd of Jan 2023, and it just bit me. I'm there for it. Actually, in the next 18 days, I'm running my first Cape Town marathon, and I'm super excited. I was told just yesterday that the Ommiedraai race is actually the one to be at, because it's a race to do as a sort of race strategy for Cape Town Marathon, and that's how people sort of take it into the marathon itself. But I'm going to hand over now to Kashifa Anthony. We're going to start with her first. She's from Ommiedraai. That's the initial reason why we are here, and then we're going to continue telling you why we are all here together to sort of also at the end of the day raise funds for CHOC through Lace Up for Change. Over to you, Kashifa. You can explain to us more about Ommiedraai and the race itself, and how Ommiedraai came about, and why you. I just before we went live, and I actually said to you, I've heard that this is the race to be at for for Cape Town Marathon, or before Cape Town Marathon. So tell me more about that. Firstly.
Okay, so Ommiedraai and Friends Athletics Club started out in 2008, and prior to that, they were a hiking club. So we, a running club, they say. Well, they say we are eating club with a running problem. Yeah, you know, if you come to races, guess whose stable's the fullest? So
Okay, okay.
it's always Ommiedraai. Everybody's always
So
huddling
that's where
around
I
there.
will be at the next race.
Most welcome, most welcome. I mean, why do we run?
Exactly.
So we can eat liquor. So yeah, so Ommiedraai started in 2008. And their first inaugural race started in 2014, which means next year is the 10th year anniversary. I'm saying that because next year's bigger and better. And we say that every time that the next year's bigger and better, but then the current year surprises us.
Yeah.
um, we always, one of the things we very great at doing is social media.
Mm-hmm.
um, we use our influencers to motivate our race. Even if you online, enter online on web tickets, and online entries, enter, it ends on the 9th of October. So if you enter online, there's a beautiful prize. Okay.
Oh,
And how you can win that prize, Ramesh, and I want you to win it. Okay, so I want
okay.
you to tell all your friends about it. If you follow the Ommiedraai page on
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, right?
Okay.
One of our sponsors on there for the vehicle is Rondebosch East Market Toyota.
Oh.
And so they sponsor us the vehicle, the branded vehicle. And then we've got the Cape Townian Hotel, which is the prize. So if you like, share, follow, all the rules are on that,
Mm-hmm.
you can stand a prize. You can stand a chance to win that Cape Townian Hotel stay. I think it's a weekend
Ooh.
stay. I mean, you and the missus, or you and your partner, whoever that is, you can spend some time. The halal food, eat what you like. I mean, eat or whatever it
Look,
is, your preference
That's
is.
what I run after.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
before you continue, I must say that I've stayed at the Cape Townian Hotel several times already.
Wow,
It is a spectacular
fantastic.
hotel. The number one, I think, to be honest with you, halal hotel in Cape Town. It is
Absolutely.
everything
Agreed.
is halal. I personally know the general manager. Shout
Wow.
out to Lex Fordyce. He is spectacular, and he
Fantastic.
recently actually joined about, I think, about a year ago from Pretoria, and he's changed the dynamic of the Cape
Oh,
Townian hotel.
wow.
And and look, I would love to win the prize myself, but I'm gonna give another person a turn to win that.
Yeah, and just to let you know, I mean, I didn't keep track of the online entries, but
Hmm.
2 or 3 people so far this week, messaged me to say they were having issues with entering, and I know why it is because there's a
Uh-huh.
question on there that they're not answering. So I just keep on referring back to them to answer that question. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is because they said to me that it's almost sold out, and I was like, "What?
Oh,
Are we setting new records again?" So hurry up and enter the race. I'm rather going to tell you enter online because we do have entries on race morning, but we're
yeah.
limited in terms of our permit. Um,
Okay.
I think to 2,500 people. We cannot go over that limit. So
Hmm.
please hurry up and enter. So if I give you a little bit of information about the race is on Sunday, the 13th of October. The 10 kilometers starts at 6:30 a.m. The 5 kilometers starts at 6:45 a.m. And all entrants are guaranteed a medal. So
Okay.
you are definitely getting a medal. Some people run for medals. I run for t-shirts. Um, so in this case, at Cape Town Marathon, the next week you'll get your t-shirt. But this week,
Yes.
on the 13th of October, you'll get a medal. And the Ommiedraai medal is a beautiful medal. And then what's more, there is more. I sound like Oprah now.
It's a
Um,
very mock ad.
when you when you get across
Click
the
here for
line.
more.
Yeah, exactly. When you cross the line, Gattis will be waiting for you. If there will be
Oh,
bread, a loaves of bread we give. All the stuff is free when you cross the line. So you don't just get that medal. There's a host of stuff waiting for you after the line because that's how we like the party to continue. It's not about the celebration of crossing the line. It's dance your night away. Just move on, move on, move on. You're gonna get free gifts all the way. So yeah, so enter on the race. If you want some more information about the race, follow us on our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Ommiedraai Friends Athletics Club, and then also our website, also Ommiedraai Friends Athletics Club.
thank you very
Yeah.
much, Kashfa Anthony. I really appreciate all the information. We currently have the site or the link in this video at the moment, so you can click on there and go and enter. The thing is this. I prefer to sort of just enter on the day. I've done that all the time. Like I'll just go on the morning, but it's I think it's more about who you know. So I know Kashifa, so I think I'll be fine. I won't have to enter online.
Yep.
But
Yep.
listen,
It's who you know.
I'm gonna keep it going at the moment. I want to go over to Faisal Jacobs, who is the Lace Up for Change chairperson, and I want him to explain to us why he is doing this race and for what reason at the end of the day.
Thanks, Ramiz, and hi, everybody. Thanks for creating the platform here for us, Kashifa. So I think we start off with a little bit about who Lace Up for Change is. We are a registered nonprofit, and we say that we use sport as a medium to facilitate change. And I was the co-founder of this organization after being diagnosed with cancer. So cancer's always had a very close place to the heart, and I'm sure with most people at some point we've all been affected by cancer. So over the years, we've done many different sporting events to sort of facilitate these changes that we want to see happen within our communities. And one of the things we've started getting involved with, we've done a few wheelchair races, but since we started this alliance with the Childhood Cancer Foundation of South Africa, or CHOC, this will be our third annual wheelchair race that we host with CHOC. Historically, these runs would happen at the Blisters for Bread event. Um, Last year, it was a very challenging one because the weather conditions were so unpredictable. And as you know, this year too,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly, the race got cancelled actually because of the weather, and we also decided to withdraw from it because it was too risky for the children, too cold, too wet, and we had to identify another
Mhm.
race. And we looked at Ommiedraai. The weather's a lot better. It's usually an extremely festive geest that happens with Ommiedraai. And when we reached out to them, they were more than happy to welcome us to participate in this event, giving us the gazebo space there. So everybody that's entering, watching, please do come by, say hello to these kids. That we're going to be pushing in wheelchairs through the race, and the idea with doing that is, number one, letting these kids forget for just that moment that they're going through cancer treatment. Um,
Mm.
and then also the parents that join them. And we must remember, and Lynette will get into all the wonderful work that CHOC does, but there's parents that stays with these children at the CHOC
Mm.
houses and give them that breakaway. And I'll never forget one of the ladies at one of the first runs we did with them. She's saying, dit is net so lekker om weg te kom en nogals by die see. And that just like hit you in a
Yeah.
different way, because it was a little thing. The excitement on the kids' faces, the high fives they get from people, that also is just phenomenal. And we're trying to bridge or use this as an opportunity to do something nice for the kids away from cancer and
Mhm.
the treatments that they're going through, but also raising the profile on childhood cancer. I mean, you know, you put cancer usually with adults and grown-ups and
Yeah.
that sort of thing. It hits everyone. Cancer does not discriminate. And and because cancer holds such a dear place to our hearts, forming the collaboration with CHOC, it's kind of synonymous. It just ticks all the fields. And yeah, we want to do our bit to support the wonderful work that Lynette does Lynette and the crew does at CHOC.
Thank you very much, Faisal. I really appreciate your insight. At the end of the day, again, we are here to raise funds for the Chalk Foundation. And at the moment, we've put up a link for the banking details for the foundation and for Lace Up for Change, and you can donate there to with the reference of Chalk, so that all that funds goes through to the Chalk Foundation. And this is essentially, at the end of the day, the reason why we run the race. Yes, you enter, yes, you run, and at the end of the day, you need to run for a purpose. And this is a great purpose to do it. I'm now going to hand over to Lynette, who is the regional manager for the Western Cape for the CHOC Childhood Cancer Foundation. I wanted to tell us more about CHOC firstly, and then I also I had the privilege of visiting one of the CHOC houses a couple of months ago. We did a video with them, and I visited, and to be honest with you, it reminded me of home, because it was somebody's home, for a temporary home, but it was such a welcoming home that it felt like home to me even. And that, I think, is really great in terms of what Chalk Foundation does for these people, for the parents and the kids. So I'm handing over to Lynette at the moment, and we're just gonna hear from her in terms of what they do for the people and the kids of the Western Cape.
Thank you so much, Ramiz, and good evening to all our viewers and everybody out there. And yeah, just to share a little bit about the Chalk Foundation. And as Faisal mentioned, this is the third year that we will be partnering with Lace Up for Change. And it started out during lockdown, I believe, just after lockdown, and
Mm.
where we got to know Faisal and his story and his journey as a cancer survivor. And that really inspired us. And since then, we've built a very good relationship with the team of Lace Up for Change. And some of the services that we render across the country, CHOC's a national organization. This year, we're celebrating our 45th birthday. And we work in 6 regions around the country, and we work very closely with all the academic hospitals where you will find a pediatric oncology ward, a hematology ward, and an oncology ward. And as Faisal mentioned, we work with children and teenagers diagnosed with cancer. And some of the services that we render, you are correct, is our home away from home accommodation. We have 13 houses around the country where a child will live, or a teenager, with the parent or caregiver for the full duration of their treatment if they are long distance families. So many families have to travel very far distances, even adults, to access the oncologist. And we understand that that could place a great burden upon a family financially. It's a far distance that they need to travel. And you know, the cancer treatment is very long and very extensive.
Yeah.
And so one of the things we are known for are our chalk houses. And in Cape Town, we have 3 chalk houses, but around the country, we have 13. And the accommodation is completely free of charge. And we really try and create a home away from home environment to all those long distance families that come to chalk. And other than that, we provide a whole lot of other services. We have our own pediatric oncology social workers that work in the pediatric oncology wards around the country, and they assist the families, we know, with counseling, with debriefing to understand this difficult journey. As you know, it's very difficult for a family to deal with
Yeah.
their child being diagnosed with cancer. We also raise a lot of awareness on the early warning signs of childhood cancer, because in South Africa, children are not diagnosed quick enough. The survival rate is only 55% in South Africa. So we raise a lot of awareness on childhood cancer. And also importantly, some of our other services consist out of practical support, where we help families with nutritional support, care bags, etc. But people can visit our website for any more information on CHOC.
Thank you very much, Lynette. I appreciate that little bit of insight. At the end of the day, again, it could be your kid. It could literally be your kid that has
Yeah.
cancer, and you could be needing that Chalk Foundation. So please, we really appeal to you to donate, donate, donate. I'm gonna ask Kashif, and I'm gonna put her on the spot actually before we end. I want to know from her, where are we at the moment? Like, how many entries are we at? Do you know?
Wow, I actually don't know. All I can tell you is these three people that don't know each other said to
Yeah.
me the entries are almost sold out. And I said, no, man, can't be.
Mm-hmm.
Because last year we broke a record with online entries. I mean, for community clubs, it's not common to be sold out.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I think last year we hit about 500, just over 500 on online, and that's a lot.
Okay.
So when they told me, and I can see the people entering on normally people that enter on race morning.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, so I am gonna find that out. Please, people, watch our socials. If it is really going to be almost sold out, there will be a notice saying hurry up and enter.
Awesome.
But Ramiz, we must know each other now. You know. Okay. I also just want to. I also want to mention. You know how they say we will tackle there. You know.
That's it. It's all
Yeah.
about the hustle. The hustle is hard, man. At the end of the day, you said to me that the cap is 2,500 people.
Yeah. It
So
is. It is. It
I'm
is.
I'm going to ask each and every person that enters, even if
Yeah.
you just donate a 10 rand,
Yeah.
that is literally equals 25,000 rand that goes to the
Wow.
Childhood Foundation.
That
And
is.
it's just 10 rand. 10
Thank
rand.
you.
You cannot tell me you don't have a 10 rand. The little
Mm.
green note, it doesn't really, to be honest with you, I don't think people even know how it looks anymore. So because they don't even it's more about 100 rand nowadays. They don't even know how a 10 rand note looks,
Yeah.
because people they take it for granted. They really do. You
Mm.
cannot even buy a
Yeah.
coffee for 10 rand.
Yeah. But
So
speaking of money,
yes,
okay. So to host a race like this cost
yeah,
money. You
Mm.
know,
100%.
we call it the cost of greatness, right? That's what we call it. So if you allow me to just mention a
Mhm.
few of our major
Go
sponsors.
for it.
Kenilworth Center, they always just our beautiful sponsor.
Mhm.
Because our field is like right next to Kenilworth Center.
Okay.
The Cape Townian Hotel, Coronation Fund managers, Rondebosch Easter Yota, Camisa Asset Managers, Malomed, Coca-Cola Peninsula Beverages, which we're obligated to use for
Yes.
WPA, Fairfield. We have AB photo photography as well, Prescient Fund Services, Wholesome Bread. Just that's just to name a few. And also, what we
Yeah.
also do is this money doesn't just go and sit in, to pay the expenses and the race proceeds. Doesn't go into our coffers alone. We also sponsor needy organizations.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So we haven't yet decided who those needy organizations are. Those are decisions the exco makes
Hmm.
after the race. So
Okay.
I'm just saying, I'm just
I know
saying.
now. I know somebody that knows somebody, and the
Then
exco.
I know
That will
yes,
somebody,
help.
and we're going to name drop here now.
Lynette, there may be a surprise. You never
Wow.
know. Yeah.
Wonderful.
So, just to end off, I'm gonna go back to Faisal here, just to end off a last word from you, Faisal, because it's basically you that brought us all together here today to sort of, firstly, you are part of Ommiedraai. That's your club that you run with, and I think that is the reason why they were so welcoming. And yes, I think that it would have been any club that would have allowed this to happen, but that is that's the sort of the connection that you have there. And at the end of the day, let's just a final word from you to tell the people, listen, donate, man, come on.
So yeah, it's. I mean, we had to bring it home to Ommiedraai. I think the weather gods had
Mm,
something to say, and you can't just keep going back to Peninsula Feeding Schemes race. Bring it home to Ommiedraai, and they were just all too accommodating, and I cannot thank them enough. To those watching, to those that's going to watch this video
yeah,
afterwards, as Ramiz mentioned, even if it's as little as 10 rand, every little bit, every contribution can help. It truly is phenomenal work that they do at Chalk.
yeah,
So please support. We even have a friend of mine. He's been nagging me the whole of winter. I need to come out of hibernation, Faisal. I want to run. So John, unfortunately, he couldn't be with us tonight. Some of you will know him as John the Blind Runner. He's going to be running the 10K with my brother-in-law Riyadh, all in aid to raise funds for Chalk. So guys, please support those people pounding the pavements, help bring a smile to these children's faces. But I think most importantly, it's the shout out that needs to go to Chalk for the work that they're doing, and we can help them continue that work.
Thank you
amazing.
so much.
And any last words from you, Lynette, before we go?
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to Faisal from Lace Up for Change for working with us for so many years. As his team is amazing, we also need to thank them. They work with so many different organizations and schools and make a difference through
Mhm.
sports and other initiatives. And it's through Faisal now that we've met the Ommiedraai Running Club, because we've heard for many years of his involvement with the club, and we've seen so many initiatives that they do. And we want to thank them as well for allowing Chalk to participate in this. And we're really looking forward to the 13th of October. And as Faisal said, we also bring along some kiddies and parents. They see it as a nice morning out.
Yes,
Yeah, and we're really looking forward to a great morning together. Thank you so much.
Sorry. Can I add one more thing?
go for
Um,
it.
we haven't done this before, so this year it's going to be a first. So thank you, Ommiedraai. But for the first time, also at the what will happen at the finish table, come around to the gazebo. We will have
Mhm.
a little donation box up, but Chalk will also be having some of their memorabilia up for sale, all in aid of raising funds. So please bring a little bit of extra cash. I know runners in our little moon baggies, we always put in that little $50 for the cup of coffee. Just
Yeah,
add another little bit for the t-shirt or a
Yeah.
donation for the box. Thank you
And
so
and
much.
if I also may add, our mascot will also be there for a while. He will make an appearance. So
Oh,
if the athletes want to come and
really.
take a picture, we'll be next to Faisal them. I think Bakashifa them will confirm. And
Yeah.
yes.
yeah, and come and take a picture at our gazebo with our mascot also. Yes.
Yes, and
Spectacular.
just to add to that contribution of chalk is the reason why you need to contribute to chalk is because your parking's going to be free, man. Your parking's going to be free, right? And we all know how much parking costs. So take that
That's it.
parking money and
Thank
donate to
you.
chalk.
Wow.
It's definitely going to be more than 10 rand. So there
Oh
you go.
yes,
Yeah.
there.
Exactly.
Yes, correct.
Win-win.
And that, and again, I'd like to thank Kenilworth Centre for that, obviously, because that's where they
Yes.
come in as well, because they are allowing everyone to park for free. So donate that parking money to Lace Up for Change and Chalk as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank everyone. Kashifa, Faisal, Lynette, I appreciate your time. And from myself, we would like to just say that we'll see you on the 13th. I will be there as well. I'll be doing the 10K with Kashifa. I don't know if Kashifa is going to be running with us. I think she's
I
quite a
can't.
fast runner.
She's
So
running away from us.
exactly. But I'll be draping the Lace Up for Change T-shirt, and I'll be there. I'll be taking some pictures with everyone as well, and we'll see you there. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Thank you,
thank you.
everybody.
Thank you for
Keep
having us.
well. Thank
Okay,
you
bye
so
bye.
Bye.
much. Bye bye.